I'm taking up proud.
I say love, you say power. Love, power, love, power.
I actually put together this diner. This is money that came from us. It came from the young men that had went to Valley Rock, that went to Rankin, that had taken the skills that they had. But the system would not give those young men a job because they wanted to claim, well, a lot of them are ex-offenders, they don't deserve a job. I say, regardless, when a man has paid his dues, he's already paid his dues, he deserves a chance to start a new life, okay? So I can support when it says it's about us and that voters count, it does count. Because we can only change ourselves through using the power that's been granted that our ancestors died to give us. We have to understand where that power comes from, and it comes from us and those that lived before us that gave us the opportunity. So don't sit down on it, use it.
That's right.
I use it right here every day.
That's right.
There's no bank.
Come on.
There's nobody over here that comes over and says, well, Miss Pat's over there suffering, we're going to help her. Miss Pat says she's going to do it herself, and I'm doing it. Now, we have small groups of people from time to time will come in, but what happens a lot of time when people come in, they literally buy you. And if you don't do what they say, they leave you.
Right.
So what you have to understand is that you're going to do it for yourself, for your people, because it deserves to be done. So we have the diner. We have a 501(c) that says Hospitality Career Works. We need donations in that 501(c) so that we can actually go ahead and do what we bought the lots. We bought the lots because we live in a food desert. We need fresh food. Snooks ran away and left us. We don't have any place to go buy fresh produce here, but we have tons and tons of African American people that are growing food in St. Louis City. They're growing the food. They don't have a place to get economic empowerment by bringing their food to their own people, by selling the food.
Right.
So we are going to be that marketplace. We want them to bring their produce here, and we want you to come and buy it from them so they can buy tools and they can keep growing.
That's awesome.
These are the first steps for helping us help ourselves.
That's right.
My philosophy is start wherever you are.
That's right.
Use what you have, step out on faith, trust God, believe in yourself, and stop waiting for people to come in and save you. I say start.
That's right. Black voters.
Matter. Matter.
I say love, you say power. Love.
Power. Power.
Right here.
I'm the chairman of the board of Black Chamber of Commerce, Heartland St. Louis Black Chamber of Commerce, and we're trying to create change, which is much needed in our community. Real change, not programmatic change, but change that empowers people economically. So we've started with working with our black businesses, tying them into a community of people that have the ability to advocate for themselves, to grow, to work together, to develop and negotiate the circumstance in St. Louis that empowers us economically and financially. It's critical to our growth. We have to be able to finance what we do, own what we do, and work with this broader community to make it a greater, better community. St. Louis, just a few short years ago, the city of St. Louis was about 600,000 people down here. Now there are 300,000. And you see all these vacant properties and vacant houses and all those things. But what we need to remember is that those things belong to us. And the money that's in this community, in our community and in the broader community, some of that belongs to us. And we need to be demanding, we need to knock on the door, we need to be prepared, but we need to go after it because that's what's going to create real change.
Put the dollars in to make things happen. You know, it has to go back to the people. You know, the power of the people can make this big change here. And I'm just glad to see this organization getting out in front and getting out ahead of this game because it's so much needed. You know, and I'm glad we was able to start at this location right here, you know, because it's going to really help her business and promote her business. You know, so I would be one of the ones that would be spending more dollars here at this location. As you look around, you can see the diet investment that's here. and the investment needs to be brought back, because this is a place where most of our African Americans live, and we deserve a better shot at where we at now and where we are.
You know what I'm saying? I know how the struggle is. I done grew up in the city. I know how it is to be a single parent. Your mom can't pay for everything all the time. But, you know, so I give breaks to my people. So I feel like when we owners and we go and when we look at ourselves as owners and we know we can do it, sky's the limits, you know what I'm saying? So we don't need no child. If something going on in the neighborhood, we already know who's gonna be on the scene first, and we on the rise. And I would have never met all these people out here. They would have never met me if what happened to my little homie ain't never happened, you know what I'm saying? It's still messed up that he is gone, and it's still messed up that they let him stay out there for 4 hours, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it did so much building behind that. So it's kind of like a rose that grew from a concrete, you know what I'm saying? So continue to do what you're doing. Positive vibes all day, you know what I'm saying? For any of my enemies from when I was younger growing up, if I did anything, y'all got any ill will in y'all heart about, I want to let y'all know from the bottom of my heart, I'm truly sorry, man. You know, because we got to grow, and as you grow in life, you start to learn, and a lot of situations and a lot of decisions you made probably weren't your best decisions, but you needed to make those decisions to know where you're gonna go in life.
All of us have reality show hearts in how we see ourselves. We want to just bring that reality to a different level, and that's what the conversation is about tonight.
Every day we all come together collectively and talk about economically developing the areas that we live in.
That's right.
As much as we collectively come together in the household and talk about what our downfalls are, what our problems are. So, you know, this is a very, very positive conversation. I think it's a start to us realizing that we need to be on one accord and having one path. Like, that's extremely important for our growth. We always talk about realistically what we need, and education is brought up. Like you said, jobs are brought up. Economic development is brought up. One of the biggest things I think we need to focus on, though, you know, especially over the course of the next few years, is the certain times that we live in. You know, we live in a day and age where people are making millions of dollars off YouTube, right? You got people becoming millionaires by building games. You know, when I was growing up, playing games would only get you, you know, some game credits. You know, but it can actually make you some money. You know? Like, people playing.
A lot of times these organizations are top heavy. They paying the staff, they're paying for this, they're paying for that, and by the time it trickles on down, it doesn't really reach the people. I personally push for resources directly to the people.
I mean, we simply look at the numbers of the people that are walking through the doors and assume that that means that the program itself is successful. So I think in terms of that, we need to look at all of these organizations that are receiving funding to find out exactly how it is, you know, how successful they are in our communities, who it is that they're reaching, and reevaluate that and put those funds into other programs to see how effective they are. Because we don't necessarily have to recreate the same wheel, but if we have other methods of reaching the same goal, then we need to start looking at other options. Because what you end up having is a monopoly of a particular program. It's not necessarily reaching the people, and then you have those conversations like you were just saying, where they're like, okay, we came through the door, we received this education on how to fill out a resume, or receive this education on how to do A, B, or C, but we're not actually getting the jobs that we're supposed to get. So I think that's something that we definitely need to do.
We need to understand our power, okay? And so what I really want you to do is to commit to using that power and to make sure that the people that you touch and your family and your community, that they use that power too.